Here we go. Chapter 23, Episode 4. The mansion was much like a castle. The security system was a little more modern, but comparatively out of date. The owner of the castle did not have a current title of king, but he lived and ruled as one. A corporate king. The difference was only in the details. Sally and Billy had viewed a small part of the mansion that was open to the public for not too exorbitant price. Sally wore a pretty yet simple hat and avoided looking up at cameras. Billy wore a very plain baseball hat. There was no real need for them to take part in the public tour, but Sally wanted to get a feel for the place. At night, the front of the mansion was fairly lit up, and there was a guardhouse with a sleepy old guard with 8 camera views that were ignored because nothing ever happened. He had a little radio that was so old that its only function was to receive radio signals and play the songs that were sent, as well as the news and the advertising, and if he was lucky, a cricket game. The job was tedious and not well paid, and the hours sucked, so the guard took many breaks. From where Billy sat with his smart device, watching from 4 drones, he could see when the guard was outside his guardhouse, leaning against the wall, looking up at the night sky, watching the stars. He could also watch Sally and where she was. If something moved, it would be highlighted. If there was anything warm, Billy would see it. There was no moon. This detail was important. Not being seen coming or going was important to Sally's mission. If she was noticed on the way in, she might not get out. Billy sent Sally a fish. Fish meant good to go. The guard was outside his little hut looking at the stars and smoking a cigarette. Sally climbed over a stone wall and ran over to the back wall of the mansion. She scaled the wall like anyone in her condition with her agility could. Something a good security company would know. Crept into the open window and was a little surprised to see her hit, awake and staring at her, not sure if he really was awake or dreaming. Sally moved gently but quickly. She could have escaped down the wall, but the thought never really took root in her head. By the time she had taken the 4 strides to the bed, the hit had reached for his phone and pressed a speed dial number. Sally jabbed a knife in his throat. She managed to twist and push before his hand reached up. She pulled the knife out and went back to the window. She heard a voice on the dying man's phone repeating hello in Urdu or whatever language, but the only answer he got was a groan. She was careful not to hurry down the wall. It would cost too much time if she hurt herself. There was no time to text Billy and wait for the next cigarette break by the guard. She ran to the back wall and climbed it, climbed down the other side and ran. When she was a little way away, she tossed the knife into a stream and walked through the city streets and texted Billy, "Coffee." Which wasn't necessary because Billy watched her run over the yard while he watched the guard standing outside his hut talking on his phone.